Alright guys, alright, welcome to this video. In this video we're gonna be building Netflix clone. This Netflix clone here, this is the demo that I just built right now. Alright, we're gonna be building this right now, alright, so that you can have your first project if you haven't built anything since you started learning how to code. I think this tutorial will give you a guide and deep understanding on how to build this kind of stuff. Alright, let's get started. Alright, I already have my VS code here. This is the one I just built. Alright, the demo I just showed you guys. These are the code. It's not much, just up to 122 lines of code. Alright, so let's create a new file. Right, I believe you know how to create file, how to navigate your ways around HTML and Visual Studio Code. If you don't know how to do all of these things, don't bother yourself. I will be doing another video, right, that will explain how to navigate Visual Studio Code. Okay, let's name this thing Netflix dot html. Alright, so we are now in our file. So let's use image. Press shift and then the exclamation mark. Once this thing pops out, just press enter. Alright, it will give you that HTML boilerplate stuff like this, so you don't need to be writing all of these HTML tags from scratch, like the doc type, the HTML, the header, all of these meta tags. You don't need to be writing all of these things from scratch anymore. Emit will help you to do that. Okay, let's get started. What you want to do, we want to create a main tag, right? For semantic sake, you want to create a div, not just a div, an element called main. Alright, so let's use main. Alright, then inside this main we want to have a navigation. Alright, inside our navigation we want to have a logo for a div for our logo. Let me say logo con. Alright, logo container. Alright, so what we need to do is to import our image, then we import this Netflix logo main png. I have gotten it from the Netflix website. Don't worry, I will show you how to get this thing. If you don't know how to get it, just come over to your Google, search Netflix, logo, Netflix logo. I have already searched it. So once you search Netflix logo, click on this. I've already searched this, but yes, you can type it, right? Netflix logo, it will pop up. Then you can choose all of this logo here. Once you choose any of this logo, if any of this logo has kind of background to it, and we don't need background, right? I don't know what. Let's my network. Let's wait small, please pardon me. I don't know what's wrong with my network. Once you download this logo now, right? Okay, this one does not have background from what I'm seeing. Once you download this logo, you can be able to use it, because I think it doesn't have any background. But if you do not find anyone that do not have background, you can move over to this website now. This website, go to your browser and type www.remove.bg, right, and click enter. Alright, it will take you to this place, this section. Right, once you take you to this section, if the image is on your folder, is on your files, right, just come over here, just click on your file, go to your downloads. You can drag and drop it here so that it can remove the background of that image. or if you have yours here, you can also drag it and drop it anywhere, right? But I don't need to do it, I don't need it anymore, right? So let's go back to our code. So inside this space, we want to use this Netflix logo here. So let's type Netflix logo. Is already coming out. Thank God for Emmett, he's helping us. Then we need alt text. I love using alt text because it is good for SEO, right? So you just have to start inculcating these practices in your personal project so that it won't be a very difficult task for you to do, right? So we need a width of 100 rem. Yeah, it's not much. I think 100 rem is not much. I've built this before, so that's the same width I use, right? So we have sign in, right? So let's preview this thing with live server, right? And once you right click on your mouse, right, it will take you to this menu. You see this thing. If you already have live server installed in your computer, just click on the live server and then allow it to do its magic. Alright, it is loading. Let's just wait for some time. Now it has taken us to our web page, right? This is the logo and this is the button. Alright, so let's go back. Today I would like to use internal styling, so let me create the style tag so that I can be able to write my CSS inside my HTML. We have three ways of writing CSS, right? We can do inline styling, the one we do from here by declaring the style attribute. Let me say, okay, let me do it on this button by declaring our style attribute. Let me say color. If I want this thing to be, if I want the color of the text of this button to be red, I just need to style it in here. Looking at this thing now, is now red. Alright, this one is inline styling. You style it inline, but it's not really efficient because it makes your code looks bad. Although it works, right, but your code will not look good, right? One of the best ways is to do external styling, which I will do in my next video, but for now we are not doing much work, so I would like to use internal styling, which is the one that we are about to use now. We write internal styling by creating the style tag, then write every of our CSS styles inside that style tag, and our style tag will be inside our head tag. Alright, so first of all we have to write this reset so that we can remove the margin and the padding. Alright, so let's select all the whole elements in this our web page. Alright, let's use star, then let's say padding 0, margin 0, border box sizing, border box, yeah. And that's it. This thing we reset every margin and padding that's our HTML defaultly comes with. Alright, look at it, there's no much padding or margin anymore here. Let's go back to our code now, to this nav, so that our logo and our button can be separate. Alright, now they are now under each other, they are now column. Right, we want them to be in a flex direction. We will use flex box, right? So let's target our nav tag, then display flex, justify content, space between, because we want them to have space in between them. Then we also want to align items center so that they can be at the same line, so that one might not be above the other one. Alright, so let's check our code. Alright, see it. Alright, that's amazing. Then we want to create some padding. Okay, let me use the shorthand property. Padding up and down. Let me use one rem, and left and right 0. Then for us to create this thing, we have to use, I love using margin in this kind of stuff. Up and down, left and right, 5 rem. The reason why I'm using rem is because I don't want the side of this thing to be fixed. Alright, one of the advantages of using rem in your CSS is that it makes your element to be flexible. Right, it helps you out when you want to do responsive design, when you want your design to be mobile friendly. Alright, but if you use pixels will make your element to have fixed width and padding, which is not what you need. Right, it's not good for responsive designing. So you have to start now and start inculcating good coding habits by using rem. Right, round rem is equals to 16 pixels. Right, if you need 32 pixels, you just have to write 2 rems. Right, if you need 16 pixels, you just have to write 1 rem. Alright, that's it, very easy. Alright, if you want to convert your rem to pixels, you just have to divide it by 16. So it is very, very easy and very, very efficient. Alright, so let's move ahead. So we are now creating margin, but why do we add margin to this? We added margin because if you check this website here, it has margin. They are away from the screen width, right? So that's what we want to achieve here, right? So let's continue. Then our next stuff is that I want to create a div. Alright, a div that will next all of this text and input field plus this button. Alright, so I can easily style them and position it in the center. Alright, so I want to create a div inside this main tag here. Alright, so let's create a div with the name for sign in. Alright, with the name hero text, right? Because for me, I think this is hero section and the whole stuff there will be text. Alright, so let's use a name that we can remember, which is hero text. Okay, hero text. This is hero text. Alright, here this hero text, we have h1, we have 2 p tags, and we have an input field with a space where we can put in our email and get started. Alright, so we need to add h1 here and come over to this website and copy their h1. We don't need to type it out, so I just have to come over here and copy it, come inside your code, paste it, and then align your code very well so it can look neat. Then we need p tag. This is the first p tag. Alright, so the first p tag. Then I need this thing to have a class so that I can easily style them in the future. Let me call it first underscore p. Right, it is our first p tag. Right, we'll be adding second p tag, which is this one, so don't get it confusing. The reason why I'm writing my class this way is because so that I can understand it, and then if someone else is reading it in the future, they can easily understand what this class is all about. Okay, so let's paste it and then write our class here, say second p. Alright, that's it. So we want to create a div. Alright, a div that will next this this input field and the button, alright, so that I can easily style them. Okay, so let me call this div for signing. Alright, let me give it a name as for signing. Alright, for signing, so that I can know, okay, this is a div that carries a place where you can sign in and get started. Right, so let's press enter. That are what we need. So we need an input, right, of email, right, it's a placeholder of email address, because that is the same placeholder that our original website has. So this thing is what we call placeholder. This text inside this input field, that's what we call placeholder. Okay, and then we have to create a button, alright, a button that carries, that says get started. Get started. Get started. Started. Alright, so get started. So we are done writing this get started. Then we need to get this logo, this icon here. This icon, we need to get it. Okay, we need to get it. So where can we get this thing? We can easily access this thing from a place called Font Awesome. Right, a place called Font Awesome. Right, so let's go to Font Awesome. I believe you have account in Font Awesome. If you don't know how to get started in Font Awesome, you can browse about it on the internet, and then once you are done, right, come over here and type greater. Right, you see this thing, copy it, right, and come over to your code and paste it. Okay, alright, I already have my CDN link here, so I'll just come over here and copy my CDN, right, that I copied from Font Awesome. Right, for you to use Font Awesome, you have to sign up before you can be able to use Font Awesome. Right, you sign up, you have the ability to get their CDN, or you can browse about their CDN online and have access to it for free. Alright, so let's keep going, but before then, let's see what we have done so far. Okay, this is what we have done so far, which is really amazing. So we have to center this div, right, which is our hero text. So let's come over here and say that hero underscore text. Alright, let's say display flex. Let me use grid. I love using grid whenever I want to center divs. Right, place items, center. I love using grid. Like, it's very easy for me to use. Okay, this is it. These are the center, and then let's put padding top, because we want it to be at the middle, not just in the center but at the middle. Let's say 10 rem. Sorry, 10 rem. It's too small. Let's increase this to 15 rem. Alright, this 15 rem is okay for now. We can increase it later, but let's keep moving. So let's style our H1. Alright, so let's increase the font size to, let me say 2 rem, and see how it looks. Okay, it's not visible. Let's say 4 rem. Okay, so this is okay. Let's check our main website, or our font size is even bigger than the one we are cloning. So let's reduce it to 3. Alright, let's reduce it to 3. 3 is okay. Alright, then remember that we gave these p tags their individual classes. So let's style them. Let's copy this one and start the first one. Alright, first one, let's say padding top and bottom, up and down say 2 rem, left and right 0. Alright, I want it to have this padding so that there will be space, right? So we want to increase the font size to 1.5 frame. Alright, it's 1.5 frame. Then the second P, we want it to have a smaller font size so that there will be some differences between the first P and the second P, just like what we have there. We don't want any padding top, so padding top 0, padding top 0, right 0, bottom 2, left 0. Right, so we don't need padding, so we just have to change the padding to padding bottom 1 rem. Alright, sorry we didn't get our selector right. I missed D, that's why it's not working. Now I guess it will work. Alright, so it's working now. So let's also increase this in small, so there will be some variation between the two. Okay, perfect. Now let's get our first sign in div and style our input field and button. Let's display flex, then align items center. The reason why I'm doing this thing is because I won't want a situation whereby our input field and our button will not be on the same line. I want them to be on the same line. That's why I'm adding this thing. Alright, so let's style our input field. So let's say width of, let me check my previous code and see the width we have here. Please, I don't know the width, right, so that we won't waste our time here. So we have a width of 23 rem and some height, right? So let's copy it, come over here and paste it. So let's just also target our button. Our button we have the same. Let's check here so we won't waste our time, please. Follow me. Let's not waste our time. Our button has, okay, let's copy all of these things, then I will explain all of them to you. All of them, instead of wasting my time trying to come up with new ones. Alright, now looking at this, right, this is background color. We want the background color of our button, this button, to be red. Alright, we want it to be red, right? The style is already applying, right? We want it to be red. Okay, which is red already. Then we want padding up and down to be 0.9 rem, and then left and right to be 0.1 rem, the width 15 rem, right? Then border none, we don't want it to have any border, okay? That's why we say border none, right? And then this border radius is because we want it to have sharp, this sharp end here, we want it to have rounded corners, not sharp corners like this thing. This one has sharp edges, I mean, why this one have rounded edges, right? Because of this property called border radius, right? So we assign 5 pixels to this, right, so that it can have a little bit of rounded edges, right? So we added font size for our text inside this button, so that it can be big, just like the original website. Here it is big, okay, it is big, right? And then we added margin left, because without this margin left, there won't be any space in between our button and our input field. So this margin left, we are trying to have some distance from the left side of the button, alright, so that they can be separate, okay? This color is for the text, alright. Initially our text is black, just like our button here, but here our text is white because of this CSS property called color. Alright, so let me just go to my demo and copy some of the code I wrote here on the input field, so that I can explain all of them to you, so that you won't waste your time. Right, just like this, we added padding up and down, right, 1 rem up and down, then a height of 57.79 pixels, right, width of 23 rem, border radius of 5 pixels, and then we added border 1 pixel solid white smoke, right? The reason why we added that is because we want that black border not to be there. We want our border to be white, just like this here, right? We want it to be white, okay? Let it be white. Now this color is a background color I added here. This is black with a little bit opacity, alright? So that's it. And then this code is for the placeholder for our input field. What is a placeholder? A placeholder is this text that I will show you. This text here, this email address that we wrote here, this is a placeholder. We use it to tell our user, CEO, this is what you should put here, alright, so that our users will not make mistakes, okay? I think we are almost done, so we have to just change the style of our button here, and then change the background of this and add overlay, and we are done. And then also change the color of our text, okay? So let's go to our demo and find the button. Alright, this is the button here. So instead of me writing it from scratch, just come over here and copy it and explain all of it to you, okay? So now let me explain. We want our button here, this button, to have background color of red, alright? Before, it does not have background color of red, alright? But because of this code here, it now has background of color red, and then some padding up and down, left and right, but any side, right, 0.5 frame, then with the width of 5 frame. we don't want it to have border, because button normally have some kind of funny border that they have this black border here, right? That's what borders that's what buttons comes with, right? But we don't want this thing, we don't want it, so we say okay, we don't need border, so the border disappeared. See it, the border is no longer there, so which makes it look more beautiful and more nicer. So this is border reduce, the property that I have explained before. This border reduce is for us to change that sharp corners of our button to rounded corners so that it can look more beautiful. The X color is for the text, right? It's for this sign in text so that it can be white. Before it was black, alright? So that's it. So how can we add the background and the overlay? So all of this beautiful code we have written here are nested inside this main tag, right? So for us to add that, we need to add that inside our main tag. So let's target our main tag, then we need background, right? Background, need linear gradients because we want it to have some kind of black stuff. Looking at this, we have kind of black stuff, right? This is an image, right, with black stuff over it. So the way you can achieve this is by using a CSS property called linear gradients, right? You can make research about it and understand more about this beautiful awesome CSS property value. So inside this thing, we need to use what we call RGBA, alright, so that we can add some small opacity to our overlay color. Alright, so let's go with 0.5. Alright, so we also need another one because we need to do it 2 times for it could work. 0.5, alright, and then put some comma here, then write URL for our background image. Right now you just have to right click on your router, then go to inspect. Once you go to inspect, this thing will show up, right? This thing will show up. Now go here, go to this icon, click on this icon. You can be able to search. Once you go to this page, just click here, it will highlight here for you. Now you increase this bar so that you can try and find the image. This is the image, so we need just to click it. Alright, once we click it, it open in a new tab. Then we come over to the URL, you copy it. Once you copy the URL, come over to our code, right, paste it inside it. Alright, no need to download it, that your website can be faster. But if you don't know whether the image will be removed or remain there, you better download it and have it in your folder. But for me, I'm not downloading it because I know that this image will be on Netflix website for some time. Alright, so I don't need to download it, I don't need it. Alright, so let's check our work and see what we have done so far. Amazing, this is amazing. So what we need to do is that we need to increase the height of our main tag to have 100% viewport. Alright, 100% viewport, which is this. Alright, oh, my battery is already down, but it's fine, which is this. Alright, so let's do this in sharp so that my laptop will not off. What's going on? Okay, let's say height 100 view height, and then don't want the image to be repeating itself, so we say background repeat, no repeat. we want the image to cover all of the whole element. Background size cover, background position center. Alright, this is it guys. So the only thing we have here now is to change the color of our text. So I already have a code that I wrote here. Just copy these things. My laptop is going to off. Let's do this in sharp guys. Come over here and paste it. Alright, and boom, here is it. This is the website hero section Chrome. I believe that you guys love this video. If you love this video, subscribe to my YouTube channel and click on the like button so that I'll be encouraged to be dropping more amazing videos like this. If you want to have the complete version of it, make sure you subscribe because I'll be dropping the complete version of it next. Thank you.